Okay, this is my presentation. I'm going to do this in one take. I'm new to Zoom and recording, so hopefully this works out. Here's my community map project. My name is Charlie Puckett. I'm in the Sage group, and our school was Rowell Elementary. The address is 3460 East McKenzie Avenue in Fresno. It's between Cedar Avenues and Cedar and First and Belmont and Tulare, kind of within a small community. Um, a, a really interesting fact is that it's tucked away, kind of inside of a neighborhood. So it's not on a major intersection. It's not on Belmont, Tulare, or Cedar and First. It's just kind of in the middle, just kind of tucked away. The average home price in that area is about 160,000. I saw prices as low as 100 and as high as 180, which with the average square footage of the house about 1,100 square feet. Um, and you've got several major um, access to major school areas and um, other areas near the school. You have Roosevelt High School, Fresno City College, you have the airport nearby, and the next slide, I think I have a sketch. So here's my hand-drawn sketch showing what I'm talking about. I think you can see my mouse. So here's where the school is, Rowell Elementary. Here you have Cedar, First, Belmont, and Tulare. This whole area is just kind of considered parts of Southeast Fresno. Roosevelt High School is nearby. Kings Canyon is another major street that I know runs all the way into Clovis. Here's Peach. Peach, we know, goes near the airport, and the airport's just right up here, kind of off the map. Fresno City College is very close by. That's kind of within the Tower District, and then downtown Fresno, very close proximity to the hospital. Of course, Highway 99, 41, and 180, and 168 joins into 180 right up there. And if there's any confusion, I have a compass down here, which maybe I should have mentioned earlier, but there you go, north, south, east, and west. And here's a Google map picture. It's a little blurry, but it shows some of the local businesses that are in the area. One thing I recognized was heading south on 41, you see that Office Depot that's kind of uphill from the highway, and that's right here. So that means the school is just kind of right in that area. Let's see, I mentioned Roosevelt High School, that's right here. You have a park, that's Romaine Park, that's just kind of a big area with lots of fields, baseball fields and such, just right next to this community. A local business, there's a local bakery, and you have lots of chain businesses on the intersection of Tulare and First, right here, which I'll get into later. Yeah, I found it really interesting that the school is inside a small community like that. So now I've got a slideshow from some street view images. Some of them are a little blurry. I tried my best to make them as good a quality as possible, but it is what it is. So this is a view of the school from the neighborhood street just north of the school. It's a nice picture. Then here's just a typical street that I found in the area. The trees are kind of tall and big, which tells me the neighborhood is a little bit older. I think the school was built in around 1980, if I'm not mistaken. And, you know, just looks like a decent kind of small community, small neighborhood. Let's see, something meaningful that I found in the neighborhood is a church. There's actually several churches within this community, and they're not like the other kind of churches, like, for example, People's Church, that's on a major street in Fresno, and it's huge. Well, this one is tucked away in a neighborhood, and it's really small. So I found that kind of interesting. Then one of the pictures of one of the local businesses on Tulare Avenue, a small bakery. I think that's something the community would be proud of because I also have another picture later of a business within this community, but this one's located on a major street, just kind of nearby. Here's the park, Romaine Park, just a few blocks away. That on-ramp you see in the background is Highway 180. And yeah, nice big open area. Something I don't like about this community that would make me nervous if I was a parent in this area would be there's lots of alleys. Now, I wasn't able to show both sides of this, but this perspective of this photo is standing at the school. So you're looking from the school at this alley right here. And there's several alleys that run throughout this neighborhood. That'd make me nervous, you know. You wouldn't want kids or students walking home in the alley, you know. It's just something I don't like. And so here's one of the businesses within the community I was talking about. This is a local market. This actually kind of reminds me of Pinedale. I used to work in the Pinedale Elementary School, and they have a store similar to this within Pinedale, so it kind of reminded me of it. Lots of artwork on it. It's just on a corner across the street from some houses, so that's pretty cool. I think that's something the community's proud of, and also kind of representative of the character of the community. I thought that was pretty cool. Then just some pictures of other amenities and businesses in the area. So there's a chain, there's a Jack in the Box right there, there's a Subway across the street, and then we also saw a couple examples of locally owned businesses that are not chain businesses or chain restaurants. And this is Tellurian First. Roosevelt High School, you have the auditorium with the bus stop right there. That's just on Tellurian Cedar, which is the opposite corner of Tellurian First. There we go. And then, yeah, close proximity to Fresno City College. I think that's pretty cool. So the students have an opportunity. They don't have to feel stressed or concerned about moving far away to start their college career. That's something that's in a very close proximity. Then you wouldn't have to worry about commuting very far if you wanted to start at community college. And of course, we have Fresno State, which is just a few miles north on Shaw. So yeah, so my first impressions of this neighborhood, where it definitely seemed like a kind of a poor area with potentially high poverty and high crime, but after kind of browsing the streets and looking over the street view, I don't think that would necessarily be the case. The neighborhood seemed a lot nicer than I thought it would be. There's actually, I made a bullet point at the bottom. I wouldn't mind checking this out in person and looking at some of the, especially that market within the community once COVID is over, of course. But yeah, I've kind of enjoyed learning more about the school. I kind of like that it's within a community that's a lot different. I grew up in the Fresno Clovis area where almost all the Clovis schools are on major intersections. Very few of them are tucked away. You have like Cole Elementary and Bud Rank that are within a community, but almost all the other schools are on a major street. So I thought this was pretty cool. And yeah, I guess that's just about it. All right, that would be my community mapping project. Thank you for watching.